Hello and welcome. Today we'll be drawing a flying saucer. So to get started, we're going to select our shape tool. We're going to select ellipse and we're going to select draw shape outline. We'll start by adding a layer and then drawing a big oval almost all the way across, like that. Now we'll draw a smaller oval along this bottom line right here, like this. And we'll position that smaller oval right about like that in the middle. Then we'll draw another oval, even smaller, on the top, like that. Lastly, we'll draw yet another small oval in the middle of this medium oval, like this. And we'll bring it down about like that. Just like that, maybe a little bit up. Okay, now we're going to zoom in on this top oval right here. This corner is where I'm looking at. Okay, we're going to take our eraser, bring it up to 10, and we're going to take this bottom line off altogether. And I'll scoot it over and just clean it up right here like that. Now I'll zoom out. And I'll zoom in right here. I want to get rid of this middle line right here. Just like that. And like this. And now I'll zoom out. Okay. And lastly, I want to get rid of this middle line right here. If you get close enough to this right here and you want to not accidentally go over the line and delete it, what you do is you bring your eraser right on the edge without holding it, and then you click it, and then you pull it away. Now we zoom out, and we have the beginnings of a flying saucer. The next step is we're going to start looking at doing some color. Now typically when I think of flying saucers, I think of them as being green. So I'm going to select the body of the saucer, and I'm going to add a layer. I'm going to select green, and I am going to fill it. Now I'm going to take my paintbrush, and I am going to bring it up to about an 80. I'll take my color, hit more, and now I'll bring it up, and you can see here's the shading and the tinting. I'll bring my shading, which is this V slider, down a little bit, and I'll shade like that, and I'll shade over here. Then I'll bring my color all the way back to the green, and I'll take this S shader, which is your tinting shader, and I'll move it this way, and I'll put it there like that. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it all the way up, then I'm going to take my paintbrush, and I'm going to change the size of my paintbrush down to 40, and make a line right in the middle like this. Okay. Now I'll go to Effects, Blur, Gaussian Blur. And I'm going to blur this until it looks about right. Maybe a little bit. That there looks good. Now I'm going to go to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste into a new layer. Edit, paste into a new layer. Edit, paste into a new layer. Now I'll go here to my layer selection where it says layers. If you can't find this layer control, it's right up here, this little pager thing right here. Just click it and this will come out. Now I got layer 6, layer 5, layer 4, and layer 3 all have to come together. So I'm going to hit merge from layer 6, and they all disappear into one another. Now I'm going to select layer 2 again. I'll take my magic wand, and I'm going to select this bottom part. I'll add a layer. This part of the spaceship is going to be a lighter greenish yellow. So I'll pick that color, and I'll fill it. Then I'll take my paintbrush with 40. I'll start with dark. I'll shade some of these out here like this. I'll shade this side like that. Then I'll bring it back to the original color, and then I'll make it lighter, and I'll shade the inner part of it like this. In the back I'll do 2. And then I'll make it even lighter, and I'll shade this middle part right here. Like that. Now I'll go to Effects, Blur, Gaussian Blur. That's a little bit too much, so I'm going to adjust this Gaussian blur to about there. Okay, I'll do the same thing. Edit, copy, edit, paste into new layer, edit, paste into new layer, edit, paste into new layer. Then I look at my layer control, and I'll take every layer that's yellow but not green, so layer 3 stays where it is. And I'm going to condense layer 7 down into 6, 6 down into 5, 5 down into 4, and we're good. Now I go back to layer 2, select my wand, and I'm going to select the top of the flying saucer. I'm going to add a layer. I'm going to take my fill tool. I'll select the same color as the bottom, which is that yellowish color. I'll take my pen, or I'll take my paintbrush, which is at 40. I'm going to make it a 20 or a 30. That's a little bit better for this. I'll take my shade and I'll shade the sides. Bring the color back to normal. Add a lighter color in the middle. Maybe even a little bit lighter than that. And then I'll add almost white right in the middle like that. Okay. I'll go to Blur, Gaussian Blur, and I'll blur this color to make it look how I want. About like that, I think, is good. Maybe even more. Yeah, that's about right. Hit OK. Now I'm going to go to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste into a new layer, Edit, Paste into a new layer, Edit, Paste into a new layer. And now I'll merge all these down. Okay. So now I should probably, with all these multiple layers, I should start naming them so I don't get confused. So the top layer, layer 3, is main body color. Layer 4 is the bottom color. Layer 5 is the top color. And layer 2 is our outline.